Aquarius, what's up, y'all? How you doing? It's time for your May 2025 main monthly reading. May 2025 for Aquarius. So, for those of you who need a personal reading, you can find all the information on how to go about doing that right down here in the description of this video. A couple more things too. For those of you who missed the memo, we have more of our handmade crystal jewelry available on my website. Most of it handmade by my wife and my daughter. Some of it's handmade by me. And we will continue to restock as it sells out because we got plenty of fucking crystals, dude. Plenty of them. Also, for those of you catching this in the month of April, got about another week and some change, and my course on the steps to true healing is going bye-bye. So I do have a special surprise for the course for May, but yeah, that's a pretty important course, man. That's another one of the reasons why I made it so cheap. It's only $10 because it's important. I think everybody who can needs to get their hands on that and do the best you can to take in that information and really do the best you can to try to understand it. Because I do the best I can to try to explain it, you know, but anyway, yeah, the link for that's in the description. May 1st, it's going bye-bye. All right, y'all, let's hop on into this. I want to start this off with the good old past person. If you're not here asking about somebody you dealt with in the past, this is not for you. Sit tight, I'll get to you in a second. Anything happening between Aquarius and the person they dealt with in the past? What's happening in May, universe? Aquarius and the person they dealt with in the past. All right, 2 more shuffles, 2 more. Blue buddy blue. Ooh, Ace of Swords reversed. Is this going to just be the Aquarius saga? If I remember correctly, that's the same card that jumps out for y'all every time. All right. Well, this person is afraid that you're mad at them. I don't know. So, okay. We have the King of Swords reversed, King of Cups upright, King of Wands reversed. So I think this person just drives themselves nuts trying to figure out if you still have feelings for them. Because some days they're convinced that you're still in love with them, you still have feelings for them, you want to be with them. And then on other days, they're starting to seriously wonder if you've just moved on and have forgotten about them. And I think it kind of drives them nuts, man. Drives them nuts. Now, trust me, they're a lot more bothered by this than you know. But they don't want to let you know how they feel until they know how you feel. And they don't really know how to approach you. They don't know how to start a conversation with you. I think they're planning for a reconciliation attempt to be made in the future, but they just don't know how they're going to go about doing it. 7 of Swords, Tower card reversed. They're doing things to try to get your attention. You know, like posting things directed towards you, saying things to people that you know down the grapevine, or my all-time favorite. Have you ever had somebody do this? They go and respond to somebody else in a 6-month-old comment thread, just so you'll see their name pop up, you know? Petty, silly shit to try to get your attention. So for those of you wondering, if you stalk this person's profile and you're wondering if that thing they posted was directed towards you, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Some of you may see them view your Instagram stories, shit like that, you know? So, okay. I think we pretty much get the gist of what's going on here. So, let's see what their deepest feelings and intentions are. Past person Aquarius dealt with. What are their deepest feelings, energies, and intentions towards you? Five of Wands reversed. They want to clear the air with you. Ooh, but like I said, I think they're a little bit I don't want to say intimidated. That's usually the word that I use, but this feels a little bit different than intimidated. There may be a little bit of intimidation there, but it's like it looks like you completely forgot that they existed. Is what it looks like. Honestly, I think they're just burning with curiosity about how you feel. Queen of Cups reversed. They just want to know how you fucking feel. Yeah, they're planning on the two of you coming back together. They just don't really know how to make it happen, how to take action towards it. That's why I think they're keeping such a close eye on you, trying to find the right opportunity to slip in there, trying to find that green light that somehow indicates that you still want to talk to them or you miss them or something like that, you know? But see, here's the question. Whenever this energy comes through, and trust me, this is a common message. A lot of people out there carrying this energy. Let's say the two of you did reconnect and they did find out how you feel. Then what? Then what? They're not thinking that far into it. They're not thinking about it like, oh man, I hope Aquarius still has feelings for me because then I'm going to try to get back with you and, you know, try to rebuild the foundation. And they're not thinking that far into it. They're just like, does Aquarius still have feelings for me? And then if they find out though, they're not thinking about what would happen after that, you know? All right, well, yeah, see, I think they kind of obsess over you too. Kind of obsess over you. And then you know what I have to say about this too. Some of you dealt with somebody that has some sort of addiction issue. Whatever demon this person had attached to them while y'all were together, just to let you know, they have not done anything to get that in check. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. So for those of you who dealt with somebody with a drug problem or an alcohol problem or something like that, and they're kind of making it look like they've cleaned up, no, they haven't. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. And when the devil card comes out in the upright, that usually indicates that not only have they not gotten better, but they've probably gotten worse. All right. Some of you dealt with a Capricorn, also have Virgo, Aries. Okay, could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's get some advice here. What's the advice for Aquarius and the past person? What's the advice? What's the advice for Aquarius and the person from the past? What's the advice for Aquarius and the person from the past? Two more shuffles, two more. High Priestess. Well, I do think a conversation does need to be had between you and this person at some point. I think so. I do think so. So here's the thing. This is kind of strange how this came through. It doesn't come through like this very often. Okay. You're at a crossroads right now. Okay? It's time for your next soul contract to come in. Now, I know you've heard me say this a million times. You being so tightly energetically tied to this person is blocking the next person from coming in. That happens when the next person coming in is on a different vibrational level. And an energetic tie to a past person who's not on that frequency will block you. It's actually blocking you, basically. It's not just blocking them. It's blocking you from ascending to that frequency. Now, here soon, one of two things is going to happen. If you don't figure out how to release this or get closure or whatever needs to be done, I kind of feel like that at some point in 2025, you and this person will be brought back together. The universe is going to bring the two of you back together. And you will either get your closure then or loop around and repeat the past cycle. So, I don't think there's unfinished business between the two of you. So that seriously decreases the chances of a successful reconciliation. But that's all I'm really going to say here. That's all I'm really going to say. I would be careful letting this person know how you feel about anything. Because whenever somebody is in that mindset where they're just obsessed with how you feel about them, they're very, very, very likely to become addicted to that validation. Addicted to it. So the likelihood that they're going to start doing things to breadcrumb you and string you along to constantly get that validation they're seeking is very, very high. And so you got to be careful with that. Okay? All right. Wow, that was a weird message. That was a strange one. Let me get a little bit of Palo Santo in the air after that, man. That was kind of heavy. We are going to shift gears here in a second, though. We're going to be taking a look at the singles and your love interest. Single Aquarians and the person that you're interested in. Is anything happening in May? Not feeling that deck. How about this one? Anything happening in May between single Aquarians and their love interest, universe? Anything happening? Oh, shit. Damn, dog. I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist to tell what's happening in that card right there. The dude in this card is disappointed. Queen of Cups. Ace of Swords reversed. Wow. A lot of back and forth energy here. A whole lot. A whole lot. This honestly kind of feels like somebody might be just abandoning this situation altogether. Communication is terrible between the two of you. Terrible. This is kind of telling me that you have a lot of feelings for this person, but you can't tell if they have feelings for you. Knight of Wands reversed, mixed signals, mixed messages, hot and cold, on and off, in and out, acting one way one day, another way another day, you know, that type of energy. You're just having a really hard time walking away from this. A really hard time. You're trying to keep your head above water, you know, trying not to drown in the waters of emotions, but I think you're struggling with that. Yeah. So this just looks like a frustrating situation that, you know, the tension is just building and building and building. And it doesn't look like a lot of improvements happening here. I don't know. This Eight of Cups reverse kind of throws a monkey wrench in the situation. Like I would say somebody's abandoning this, but then the Eight of Cups reversed, indicating that you're having a hard time walking away from this. So, I don't know. This does feel, though, like it's about to blow at any given time. Like the pressure and the tension is so tense that it's about to go bow. I don't see that happening in May, but man, it's inching closer and closer every day. It's like if you were to stick a balloon on a helium tank and just barely crack the valve. It's slowly building. And I don't see it popping in the month of May, but god damn it, it's getting close. Let me see how they feel about you. How's this person feel about Aquarius, universe? What are their feelings, their intentions? What do they want from you? What do they want with you? Ooh, 3 of Swords. That's what I figured, man. What I figured. So there's definitely somebody else's energy in the mix here. Somehow, some way. Fucking past person. Always. It's always a goddamn past person. Yup. 3 of Cups. 3 of Swords. Tower card reversed. 5 of Pentacles reversed. That's all past energy. And that may come as a shock to you because for some of you, you're dealing with somebody that really looks like they have it all together. You know, Emperor, 9 of Pentacles. Could be an Aries for some of you. They could really appear to have it all together, but they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. This person's a mess. A mess with lots of unhealed heartbreak. So, but again, I was saying this in a video earlier today. Whenever I do this part of the reading, singles and your love interest, and I'm looking at their feelings and intentions, you know what rarely ever comes through? Their feelings for you. When that's what I'm looking for. Well, I'm looking for their feelings, their intentions, and their energy, what kind of person they are. And it's not telling me anything about their feelings for you. And what that indicates to me, when all that comes out is all this past energy that they're still holding on to, that indicates to me that I don't think they even have the emotional bandwidth to form a connection with anybody and have feelings for anybody, you know? It's like they're just trying to fill a void. But honestly, this is one of those types of things where they can't fill that void. Like whoever it was that broke their heart, it was so bad that ain't nobody gonna be able to take that off their mind. Could be a Leo for some of you. I also have Aries. Okay. Well, let's get the advice here. Damn it, man. Damn it, man. It's that Taurus energy, isn't it? Fucking Taurus season. What's the advice for the single Aquarians and their love interest? What's the advice? Boom, damn dog. See, 10 of Wands. And there's that 3 of Swords again. You know what I would do? What I would do, well, this is going to be trickier than it sounds. But do you think it would be possible for you to help this person understand that you are there for them? Like whatever it is that they dealt with in the past, that they are safe to open up and be vulnerable with you and you're not going to judge them. You know, you see what I'm saying? Do you think it would be possible for you to get this person to open up to you? Because I'm thinking that if this person would just open up to you and you could actually guide them through their healing process, y'all could probably make this fucking happen. You could probably make this shit happen, but not while they're pretending. You know how much energy it takes to pretend that you got all your ducks in a row while you're a fucking mess on the inside? That takes up so much energy just to pretend that you're feeling okay, that you can't do nothing else. You know, I'm thinking that if you knew the right thing to say at the right time, or whatever the case may be, you and this person could make this happen. But they just have to open up and let you in. You can't make nobody do that. No, you can't. Especially if they don't want to look at it themselves. You have to understand that, very frequently when somebody has their guard up like that and they're not letting you in, very, very frequently, it's not just you they don't want to let in. They don't even want to look at it themselves. They're hiding from themselves. So when it comes to all the demons that they're hiding in the dungeon, if they don't want to look at their own demons, do you think they go let you or anybody else down there in the dungeon? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, but don't waste too much time on this. I would work towards that if I was you, but don't waste too much time on this, okay? I feel like some of you have already wasted a lot of time on this situation. But take that and do with it what you will. All right. Current long-term relationship. Let's see what's happening with Aquarius and the current long-term partner. If you're not in a long-term relationship, this is not for you. If you are in a long-term relationship, but the two of you are not experiencing problems, this is not for you. If you have a happy love life, don't watch me. I don't have anything to tell you. I'm only here to help guide, teach, coach, assist, and awaken people who are going through challenges, obstacles, and problems. I know most of you know that, but it would blow your mind, some of the people that find their way to this kind of content. All right, having said that, oh, you know what? I want to use this deck. I want to use this one. All right. Aquarius and the current long-term partner. What's happening? Aquarius and the current long-term partner, long-term relationship. Woo, man, Queen of Cups. Okay, that looks good. Boom, Four of Swords. Some of you dealing with a Libra. Okay, Knight of Cups. Another Libra card here. King of Cups. Wow. King and Queen of Cups. Well, with the Eight of Cups in the reverse, it doesn't look like you're walking away from this. Ooh, Ten of Cups reversed. It looks honestly like you all are working through this. You're agreeing to work through this, whatever the problem is. You're sticking with it. You're not walking away. And so far, it looks like you're on the right track. But you may not have a lot of faith in that. I don't think you're getting your hopes up. You don't have high apple pie in the sky hopes when it comes to fixing this relationship, but at least you're trying. Now, I think you're doing better than you realize. I think y'all are doing better than you realize. King and Queen of Cups. That's about as good as it gets in the minor arcana. Now, the Ten of Cups is reversed, though. And so we're not quite there yet. Knight of Cups upright, Page of Cups reversed. Not quite there yet, but y'all are on the right track. All right, well, okay, that's interesting. That's a message that doesn't come through very often. It really doesn't. Okay, well, let me see this person's feelings and intentions towards you. Current long-term partner, what's their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions towards you? Sun card, man. Could be a Leo for some of you. Three of Pentacles reversed. So they don't feel like the two of you are doing very good teamwork. This person's not a professional communicator. Empress. Moon reversed. Temperance reversed. Honestly, I think this person's scared to death of this coming to an end. Nine of Swords, Death card reversed. Scared to death. They don't want this to come to an end, but they're very argumentative and conflicted and defensive, aren't they? So, yeah, they don't want to be alone. They don't want to start over. They don't want to start fresh. I just honestly I don't know whether or not they actually know how, or they don't think they know how to work on a relationship. I think they are, though, honestly. Like I said, this is so strange. I've only seen this message come through a little handful of times in my whole career, where both of you are doing better than you realize. And I think the reason why that comes through is because people don't know how to work on a relationship because they don't understand that in order to work on a relationship, you have to work on yourself. You know? Both people are working on themselves, constantly growing, changing, and evolving, constantly working to better themselves as individuals. And, you know, that's not taught. That idea is kind of a foreign concept to a lot of people. So even though I do think that this person is growing and evolving, they just don't realize it. They don't realize how that's going to actually help the relationship, you know? King of Cups again, no. King of Wands. Looks like they really have intentions of bettering themselves. I just don't think they're aware of how much that'll actually help. They don't really know that. So yeah, Devil card reversed. If you're dealing with somebody with an addiction issue, they're wanting to get it under control. Hey man, it looks pretty fucking solid, dude. I ain't gonna lie. Let's grab the advice then. What's the advice for Aquarius in the current long-term relationship? What's the advice? What's the advice? Hey, Nine of Cups, man. You just stand tall and stand strong in your own emotional independence. You know what I think too? Allow for a slow transition. Allow for a slow transition. In order for two people to shift from a low timeline to a higher timeline, it's not going to be a switch you're going to flip overnight. It's just not going to happen. Period. Just like a 300-pound man is not going to go in the gym, do a little running on the treadmill and lift a couple weights and fucking lose 150 pounds overnight. You know, it's a slow, gradual, transitionary process that takes time and effort and consistency and time and effort and consistency. Don't walk away from this unless you, what you want to do is you want to look for change. Has change been happening? So if you take a look back at the past 6 months, 8 months, has any progress been made at all? Any? Even if it's just this much fucking progress, that's still progress. Okay? Do you see this person genuinely working on themselves? Like that one emotional trigger that they have. Do you see them trying to catch themselves? When you see this shit, you have no idea how important that is. That's a good sign. That is a green flag. Okay? So, yeah. Allow for a slow transition. Okay? You could build a successful life partnership or maintain a successful life partnership with this person. Okay? All right. I feel like those were the messages that my Aquarius family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is right down there in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.